you're tired of looking at the blank walls in your home, we have news that may just inspire you. The 23rd annual Denver Arts Festival is coming, and it's free to attend. With more, I chatted with festival director Jim DeLutz.
Jim, we're so happy to have you here on the show. You're obviously very passionate about this art festival. So what has made this festival so successful for so long?
Well, it started as a show for Colorado artists only. And so that's been the purpose of it. And that's keeps it vibrant. You know, people want to support the artists in Colorado. We now have national artists, but still the majority of the show, 60% or more, are still Colorado artists, which is a lot more than other shows do. And you know, we have artists coming in from 20 different states this year too. So, you know, the Artist Strong, we have 150 artists, and there's just things, you know, things to do for the day to be part of the festival too.
Yeah, well, and again, like you said, this is something that I think is really special because you have so many local artists, but just really broadens it by bringing those others in. What are your goals when you curate this show?
Getting a variety. It's kind of hard. I mean, it sounds like, oh, that should be simple, but when you're dealing with a jury process, jurors can have their favorites and they tend to lean towards that. And I always have to tell them, I don't want work that'll just hang in your house and match your couch. I want, you know, I want something for everyone. And so, you know, and I work really hard, and I think we have a really balanced show. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the show that there's no way I would ever own it, but yet I know that someone would, that it's well executed. It's just not my taste. And that's important. It shouldn't look like my show. It should look like an arts festival.
I appreciate that. I think so many of us forget that, right? That this isn't just something that you would love. And I think about that all the time. If I were to curate something or if I were to make something, how would I like it? But most of the time, that's not the case, right? We have so many people coming and enjoying it. So I think everybody really appreciates that. I mean, of course, we can see all of the art at the festival. What else can people see and do when they come and enjoy the festival this year?
Well, we have, you know, live music both days. We have, because it's Memorial Weekend, we open with Army Jazz Band, and then we have Datsero on Saturday, and then Sunday we have Wendy Wu Band. And so, you know, favorites of the area, the bands. And so there's that going on, and, you know, sort of in the background, you can look at the art while you're listening to the music. You don't have to choose one or the other because the stage is right in the center. And this year, we're really fortunate. We have a wonderful wine, La Crema, who are coming and doing wine tasting.
Cool.
They're from Sonoma. And that's, I mean, they were just at the Kentucky Derby. The Denver Arts Festival is the only event they're doing in Colorado at this point. And so we feel really fortunate. And so, we'll also have wine for sale too. And then the other thing too, we have in our alcohol sales, we have a nonprofit pet pantry that takes care of pets when people can't quite get enough food for their pets. They step in and help. And so they're a nonprofit, and they get the proceeds from the sale of the wine and the beer and whatnot.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, wine, art, of course, live music, and you get to feel good about enjoying all of that. Yes. So great. Yes. All right. Well, before we get into the nitty gritty and the details about where, when, all of that, Jim, I hear that you yourself are an artist. You have to tell us a little bit about your art and why, of course, being an artist makes this so special for you.
You know, I did shows. I'm a photographer, and I did shows across the country, outdoor festivals like this for 16 years. And interestingly, I think at this point in time, it's been 16 years since I stopped doing shows myself and running shows instead. And so so it's been a lot of years. But it helps me because a lot of shows are run by people who never did and don't know what the artists are up against, you know, to travel, to set up, and what it takes to do all that. And so they know they have some empathy from me as to some of the stuff they have to deal with, and I can, you know, help them along.
Yeah, that's huge. I think that having somebody who kind of knows behind the scenes and has been there before makes it a little easier on them. Okay, where, when does it all take place? And is there a charge to get in? What do people need to know if they're planning on coming?
Well, no, it's free. We are out in the Conservatory Green, which is in the Northfield area of Central Park. The great thing about being out there, even though it is Denver, there's free parking. There's no meters, there's no parking lots to pay. You can't pay for parking. So parking's free. The admission to the show is free. Listening to the music is free. Everything's free. The art's not free. You're going to have to buy the art. We have food trucks at one end of the show, and there's some fixed restaurants at the other end. So there's, you can make a day of it pretty easily.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, plenty to enjoy.
Yeah. And so anyway, that it does happen May 28th and 29th. It's Memorial Weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Well, Jim, thank you so much. We're so excited to come by and check everything out. I think this, like you said, has everything for anyone, which is just so great. So thank you so much again for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Attend the 23rd Annual Denver Arts Festival May 28th and 29th at the Conservatory Green in the Northfield neighborhoods of Central Park. This is a free event, so go on and enjoy a great day among art. For more information, go to denverartsfestival.com.